6.
Kingfisher foot a little off the gas in these later rounds, as that one is barely hanging onto the hole, and now both are in. Isner lays up a block. Kingfisher right up in front. We'll see if they try to roll around it or just bring them all in. Tried to roll over the top, and it landed just a little to the left. Hisner goes up top for the airmail. Kingfisher trying to roll it again. It hangs on the hole again. Now dropped in.
I was going to say, it looks like it's moving.
Just how he planned it right there. Hisner's first bag is a little bit short.
I think there's a little strategy there with Hisner. He throws the first bag before Kingfisher even has his bags picked up and in his hand.
Yeah, trying to increase the tempo a little bit here from Hisner. Kingfisher brings both in. Interesting story about Cameron Kingfisher. He said he didn't even want to play cornhole early on because he was too young to play at a bar. And now you see him competing at this high of a level against one of the most well-known veterans in the game, in Adam Hisner. First one in there from Adam. 14-8. Just over halfway through this contest. Kingfisher lays right up in front of the hole. Dragged in. Hisner goes up top. Airmail knocks it in. Couldn't bring the other one in, though, and Kingfisher off to the right.
Yeah, big break there by for Hisner. Kingfisher being out to the right, not dropping that last one in the hole.
Yeah, could have brought some more points in there. Hisner's bag is up and lays up for a block. Rolled up and in. There's one thing you can describe about Adam Hisner. It's the hat, and maybe one other thing is the boom when he gets that big win. Fist pump, big time boom coming, and you know that's when Adam Hisner just put out another W. So far, Kingfisher has not allowed that to happen at all as he slides that one in.
He was thinking about going up and grabbing that bag with an airmail, but decided it wasn't worth the miss.
And what do you think the strategy is here? You're up 6. You've given up some points in these later rounds, but against a guy like Adam Hisner, as such a young player, you got to think you don't want to go too aggressive because he can quickly get on top of you.
Sure. And honestly, it looks like Hisner is kind of controlling the strategy with his block shots. He's kind of forcing the roll shots.
Brings both in there. Nice shot from Hisner. I'm not sure if Kingfisher will be able to bring any of those extra bags in. It's too far to the left. He just slides in.
Yeah, sometimes you have to sacrifice that 1 or 2 points.
Hisner again with that quick tempo. Just get a bag out there before Cameron's even over and ready. Cameron lets it fly, and it's in.
Another block there right in front.
It's been a defensive game so far from Hisner. I think that early start from Cameron Kingfisher might have kind of shocked Adam Hisner into playing a little bit more of a defensive game.
That was a great bag by Kingfisher to lay up
going
on
up
top of those.
Top. And it's a little too long for that airmail. See if Cameron can maybe roll around. Can't quite do it. A little too short.
Still going to come away with 3 points, though.
Big round for Kingfisher, as he is just 4 points away from picking up a round 1 victory. Lets the first bag flying in. So an interesting start. We saw Hisner with his first bag blowing up for a block. Kingfisher says, hey, I'm just going to go put this in the hole and make you match me. 3 in a row for both men. We'll see if they can finish it out. And there we go. Cameron Kingfisher, a full-blood Native American. And he was over here. We were waiting on Hissner to make his way over to court number 3 to start off this competition. Cameron Kingfisher wasted no time. He got on these boards, and he was letting them fly.
Yeah, you got to grab advantage where you can. Knowing what the boards are going to do before you get started really does help.
Kingfisher rolls it in without bringing Hissner in. He has to drag this in to match, and he can't. 2 points again for Kingfisher, just 2 away from a round 1 victory.
A big difference, getting to control the first bag controls the pace.
Yeah, it looked like Hissner really was frustrated by that last bag, couldn't drag it in, and Kingfisher wastes no time, another one in the hole.
Good replacement bag there.
Kingfisher rolls a little bit too long and outside. Hissner going up top for an airmail, and he drags Cameron's in as well. Hissner, will he go up top for another one? He's trying it, and he replaces Cameron's on the backside. 19-13 now.
It's one thing about Hissner. He does not hesitate on shooting that airmail.
And now he lays up for the block.
And that is a little to the right, so it's right in his lane.
Yep. And Kingfisher taking a little bit of time after that last round. We've seen him play a little high tempo when he's able to start, but when Adam Hissner is able to get out in front and start off a round, definitely a more defensive game. Hissner lets it fly, and it's in. Potential for 2 points here from Hissner, and it will be. 19-15 in this first round matchup in the Pro Singles Bracket C.
I tell you, the key to that round was that first blocker bag. When you have an opponent that throws outside to in, putting it on their side of the lane makes a big difference.
First bag by Hissner was laid out for a block. And now we'll go up top for an airmail right through the hole. Kingfisher trying to roll it over the top and just outside. Hissner again, heating up a little bit now.
Fast side push.
A lot of tempo on that toss. Hissner with 3 airmails in a row.
He's going to have to push this hard to try to catch all of them.
Kingfisher brings in 2.
Going to give up 4 points, though.
Big round for Adam Hissner late in this contest. He evens it up at 19. So what started out as a shutout for Cameron Kingfisher, like we had been talking about, you can't let Adam Hissner hang around forever because he can bring a game back. And that time a little outside, very frustrated by that first throw. Kingfisher with a chance now. If he can put all 4 bags in the hole, Kingfisher will finish the first round with a victory right here. Hissner throws it up, and it's out to the right again.
Yeah, he was trying to create a situation there with the blocker bag, and it just ended up to the right.
Kingfisher, that third bag barely hanging on outside the hole. And that airmail is in, and Kingfisher picks up the round 1 victory over Adam Hissner. Our first upset here on court number 3. The 48 seed out of these 64 competitors in our bracket takes down Adam Hissner, number 17. Very impressive showing by Cameron Kingfisher, the 25-year-old from Oklahoma.
Wow. He stayed solid throughout the whole game. Stayed with his game plan, throwing his roll shots, blocking it up.
And how impressive was it? I mean, you have a legend like Adam Hissner. You get out in front, you get that shutout start, and then he kind of starts working back into this contest. He stayed composed, didn't let it get to him, and finished out strong.
Yeah. All these guys are pros, and so I think when they approach their opponent, they don't look at name, notoriety, or how long they've been doing it. They're both in the same seat, and they're just as worried about each other. And I think that's the attitude you have to go in. I'm going to play my game, and once he got his lead bag back, he controlled the speed and wasn't letting Adam keep that fast throw and moving the game. So once he slowed it down, he got right back into it.
ACL Pros and Joes 2, coming to Fort Worth, Texas, May 12th and 13th. Register now at app.iplayacl.com. ACL Pros and Joes 2, coming to Fort Worth, Texas, May 12th and 13th. Register now at app.iplayacl.com.
Back live in Corpus Christi, Texas for the ACL Kickoff Battle. Jake Schrantz and Joey Agee with you all day long. And if you're just joining us, we just witnessed Cameron Kingfisher take down Adam Hissner in an upset. And something that we will not see an upset in, most likely, is our number one seed here in Bracket C, Philip Lopez Jr., up 18-2 over Tanisha Lashley over in the first round of this pro singles tournament. Very impressive stuff from PJ Lopez.
Yeah, but as we've seen, even in the last game, there's always a chance to come back. You know, you have to stay strong. You can't let up these pros.
Another impressive outing in the first round on court 54. We saw the 9 seed Ryan Windsor take down James Cumberland 22-3. Ryan Windsor, obviously one of the best players in the world, and seeing him here in our bracket should be pretty interesting. We saw Cameron Kingfisher, a young player, make these upsets, but Ryan Windsor, if he draws that matchup, it's going to be a tough one.
For sure.
Another impressive upset we saw, Alan Rawls took down number 4 seed Noah Almanza 25-11. So the 61 ranked out of 64 in our bracket takes down number 4. Maybe the biggest upset we see in all of singles competition today in our bracket. Still waiting to see when our next game will come up here on court number 3. And I can read off some of these finale scores. On court 52, we saw Daniela Luna take down Matt Abernathy 21-17. On court 3, we saw right here in front of us, we saw Cameron Kingfisher take down Adam Hissner 25-19. Alex Lippard took the L to Nate Voyer 25-7. We saw him yesterday. You were impressed by him as well.
Yeah, Boyer and Rawls were throwing together yesterday in the rounders. So
Mentioned Ryan Windsor taking the win in that round 1 matchup against James Cumberland. Corey Gilbert took the win over Cody Morris 21-10. Gilbert was warming up on our court a little bit earlier today before the official competition started up. Matthew Stout takes the win over Justin Strenger 27-6. Joe Niestat 25-9 victory over PJ Sorrow. Niestat, the 8th seed in our bracket C. He was been very impressive, doing some great things in the ACL Opens recently. As you can see, all the different competitors out on the other courts, not here on court number 3. You can see Hissner at the bottom right of your screen. We'll see how he can kind of respond throughout the day after taking that round 1 loss.
All right, I've got our preview TV here, so I should be able to show the bracket, and you guys can call out some of these games here.
And coming up on court 3, we have got what appears to be a good one. Noah Wooten and Kyle Malone ready to get things started off. Kyle Malone in the first round took the win 21-10 over Ruben Medina over on court 73. And then Noah Wooten took down Kobe Costanza 21-11 on court 72. So 2 great young players about to go at it.
Looks like we have both players now at the boards.
Just about ready to get our second round matchup on court number 3 here. Kyle Malone and Noah Wooten.
Kyle wearing the black hoodie. And Wooten in his ACL jersey.
And I mentioned just a moment ago, 2 of the best young players in the entire ACL. Noah Wooten, just 25 years old, 5 all-time titles. Kyle Malone, 26 years old, already 4 all-time titles. So some very high-achieving young players in our bracket. As we see some warm-up bags thrown, that time in by Wooten. And for Kyle Malone, I mean, 3-time pro doubles national winner, several conference wins in his career. He's never been placed outside the top 15 in pro singles standings. That is very impressive from Kyle Malone.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, the game plan starting this game out. These 2 both having the tools in the bag to make each other work for it.
Noah Wooten, top 25 in singles and doubles both last season. In fact, he was top 10 in doubles in 2022, ranked number 9. But as we have seen so far in this tournament already, upsets can happen anywhere. Kyle Malone entered this bracket ranked as the 7th best singles competitor, and Noah Wooten shockingly at 39 after being ranked. But you can throw those rankings out the window because we are just about set.
It looks like we're going to get a start here.
A fist bump, and here we go. Wooten's first bag sets and throws. And he lays up a little short for a block. Wooten throwing just under a 9.3 PPR coming into this tournament as Malone's a little outside. And already Noah Wooten stepping to the outside, trying to bring in both bags. Can't quite do it, but he does throw that second one in the hole. Malone puts that second one in. Already we're seeing a little bit of a slower paced game than we saw in that round one between Kingfisher and Adam Hissner. Malone up topping it. And we'll see if we get a wash right here.
He's taking his time. It looks like he might go up and try to get it.
Airmail and drags the second one in. What a shot by Kyle Malone. Two 2-0 start for the Lakeland, Florida native Malone. Was the first overall pick in the entire ACL draft. Kyle Malone. Over to the New England Woodchucks.